talk a little bit about an impact player for either side. We'll dive in and show you the impact player for Oscar Smith, who's the visiting team tonight. We've got the guy that really does it all for them, Cameron Kelly, explosive player, plays quarterback, plays receiver, plays running back. This is in last year's championship game. Westfield had no answer for him. He was running up and down the field, making big plays, and he's going to be a key focal point of this offense here tonight.
Yeah, he's just a football player. We saw Billy Kemp in the first game here today make an impact offensively, defensively, and on special teams. We're going to see this young man do that as well.
So keep an eye on number 8 here in this ball game. Last week, the Tigers were down 17-3, and he found a way to get him back in the ball game. He came in at quarterback and led the rally to beat Colonial Ford. So Cameron Kelly, your guy to watch here today against this Westfield defense. Now, switching sides and talking about the Bulldogs led by Kyle Simmons. And boy, there's a lot of guys that we can highlight here. Certainly when you talk about the guy that kind of does everything for them, just like Cameron Kelly, it's Taylor Morin. And Chris, you and I just love watching this guy play.
Yeah, he's not that big, but he's just a football player. He's got great football instincts. See him here as a wide receiver. He's also outstanding defensive back. He has a nose for the ball. Got a lot of interceptions this year. Special teams contributor. He's going to be a player that Oscar Smith's going to have to know where he is on the field at all times.
Yeah, 9 picks here for Taylor Moore. Just an incredible season. So watch number 2 in the middle of the action somewhere on the football field. We're going to send you out to midfield for the coin toss, and Coach Marassa is going to give us some coaching points here. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the keys to what both teams have to do in this ball game. As we watch the captains for both teams coming out, we'll start with Oscar Smith. Here, what do they have to do to be successful today?
Well, they're going to be multidimensional in offense. They're going to have to test the secondary of Westfield, see if they can get the ball downfield and open up their running game. They need to shut down Asante, the starting running back for Westfield. If they can slow him down, make the offense of Westfield one-dimensional, and really help them. And unfinished business. They feel that they have some unfinished business with Westfield, having lost the last 2 games in overtime for the last 2 state championships.
So those are your coaching points here today for Oscar Smith. Let's talk Westfield here for a second.
What Westfield's done over the years, control the trenches. They need be able to control it on the offensive side of the ball as well as on the defensive side of the ball. They need to limit the big plays on defense. This Oscar Smith's got talent and speed all over the field. Got to hold them to no big plays. And in Taylor, we trust. We just highlighted Taylor Morin coming into this game. He's their key player. Get him the ball, and he'll find a way to do something good with it.
So the captain's out for the coin toss here. We're a few minutes away from the start in this one.
Andy, beautiful setting here. It's a beautiful field. You see the team comparisons here. The 12-2 Oscar Smith, 14-0 Westfield. They're on a 23-game winning streak. Points per game, 36-31. Defensively, Oscar Smith's have 5 shutouts this year in the regular season, only giving up 9 points a game. Westfield, 12. And in their series, head-to-head, all of them on the Westfield side of the ledger. 4 state titles for Westfield. 2 out of 5 times to the state championship has the Tigers won.
Something about the set here in Hampton. Yeah, we're excited to be able to bring this one to you for the 3rd consecutive year.
It's a great setting for a state championship game here at Hampton University. You see across the way, full stands on both sides of the field.
So Westfield deferred, and they will kick it off here to Oscar Smith. So we'll see that offense for Oscar Smith.
Tigers, number 3, Khalid Wilson, number 22, Aaron Acevedo.
This is the time of the year that Westfield peaks for. Their defense and special teams usually is playing their best. Last 3 games, Westfield's only given up 1 touchdown each game. The defense coming into this game playing really well.
Bulldogs have it teed up. Steinhilber will boot it, and it will be out of bounds to the far sideline.
They're trying to avoid kicking it deep to the Tiger return men, but that's a mistake, kicking the ball out of bounds on the kickoff. It's going to be great field position here for Oscar Smith to start this game.
Oscar Smith with...
Now, Oscar Smith may be choosing to have Westfield kick it again.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. We got a couple different guys that play quarterback this year. Oscar Smith with Dominique Brooks, who's just a junior. He's got a good arm. They like to throw it down the field. And then you see Cameron Kelly coming in there. He's more of a short passing game guy. Chris, who can hurt you with his legs more. And I know that's tough to defend and prepare for. I was talking to John Shields before the game, the defensive coordinator for Westfield. He said, we have a different approach for each guy back there. We'll have to watch how that unfolds as a storyline a little bit here this afternoon. Here's the kick again. It would be a high pooch kick, far sideline. This one's going to go out of bounds again.
Atypical start here for the Westfield special teams unit. Going to go ahead and make him kick it again. Just tells you that Coach Scott Johnson got a lot of confidence in his return team. He wants to give them a chance to get the ball in their hand and bring it back. Kicking it off from the 30 after the two out-of-bounds kicks.
So not a great start here special teams-wise. Last week Westfield had 3 missed extra points. And we talked about that on the air a little bit, Chris, about normally Westfield really, really strong in special teams. So it's something that Coach Simmons was concerned about and wanted to see this fixed here for this week. Already 2 out of bounds here to start this state championship game. And now they're going to squib it, almost an onside kick. Going to be fielded by Oscar Smith.
Short kickoff is taken by
Keyshawn Artis, number 2, coming up and getting that ball and getting on the ground. So they're going to end up pretty good field position to start off here at their own 43-yard line.
Ball marked at the 43-yard line.
So the Tigers 1st and 10 on their own 43. And it will be Kelly at quarterback to start this ball game for Oscar Smith. He's got 4 wide receivers. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. And he's going to take the snap and hand it off. And that is going to be a loss there. Khalid Wilson will be dropped right behind the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit there by this Westfield defense.
Number 12, Russell
Steinhilber making the tackle, first contact. And
I mean, Steinhilber comes from about 15 yards deep, running the lane inside out, making the hit at the line of scrimmage. Westfield's coming out with just a 3-man front.
Kelly hands it off. Wilson's got some room. Look out, 1st down and more inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line of Westfield. Big hole there.
See the quickness of Wilson there. It's not the biggest running back at 5'7", 170, but the senior knows how to hit the hole hard, accelerate through like he did right here. Stillheiber makes another hit in the secondary there to prevent that from being a bigger play.
1st and 10, trips to the right here for Kelly. He's going to keep it, quarterback run straight ahead. And is down to the 35-yard line. Gain of a couple yards here. They bring up a 2nd down and a long 7. Kelly's got all sorts of interest across the country. Interestingly enough, wearing a UVA hand warmer there. I'm going to have a talk with him. I'm a Hokie.
Let's see if he wears a Junior Tech one in the 2nd half.
2nd and long. Kelly takes the snap, throws it near sideline. This one caught near the 32-yard line. Jarius Howard hauled it in, and he will be about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Good throw by Kelly.
Throws a strike. And, no yards after the catch, though, and I think it's going to be key for Westfield tonight. keep everything in front of them. They'll take those short passes. They got to come up and make the tackle. Set up 3rd and 3.
Kelly's going to hand it off in the backfield. Nolan Cockrell with first contact. We'll see if the runner, Keon Watson, is close enough to a first down to move the chains. It looks like he is. So it'll be a 1st and 10 coming up here for Oscar Smith. Nolan Cockrell, we've talked a lot about him in the past. Had a big state championship game a year ago for Westfield. And we're going to try to run to his side. It's going to be a long day. He's one of the better defensive ends in the state.
Matched up against big James Collins, 6'5", 280 senior at right tackle.
5 wides for Kelly. Quarterback draw, right side. Brought down after a yard gain. Maybe 2. He's down to the 25-yard line.
Cockrell and Devontae Roberts
Kelly
making a tackle there. Yeah, Cockrell's a guy to watch. He's their leader at interior defensive line. He also plays tight end, makes a lot of big plays for Noah Kim on the offensive side of the ball. That's a matchup to watch this game. James Collins against Nolan Cockrell.
Again, 5 wides for Cameron Kelly. Back to pass, the lefty. Scrambling to his left. He's got some running room, and he's going to get out of bounds at about the 19. A penalty flag came into your screen there. Back at about the 29. Let's see, it's going to be a holding call against Oscar Smith. We'll watch it again. Let's see if we can pick it up here. Yep, looks like left tackle may have had too much jersey. That's number 51, Omega Williams.
Yeah, it was Dakota Beach that was trying to get by him and grabbed a little jersey. Going to walk that off. Spot foul. The point of the penalty. We'll go 10 yards back from there. So it's going to take him back to about the 39-yard line. Set up a 2nd and 20.
Then Kelly in the shotgun. Drops back to pass, throws it across the middle, picked off, guess who? Taylor Morin. Got it to the 38-yard line. And there's that man once again.
I mean, how many times you see that Indian ball just a little bit high, receiver gets his hands on it, deflects up in the air, and the defender's right there. And as always, it's Johnny on the spot, Taylor Morin with another pick. His 10th of the season. Westfield bends a little bit, but gets the ball back in their offense's hand at their 41-yard line. The 40-yard line.
So the Westfield offense will trot out onto the field after that turnover. Noah Kim, the sophomore sensation under center, will send Morin in motion. And a quick throw out to the flat to Morin. It was well covered by Kelly. Take a look here at Taylor Morin's season. It's been amazing for Westfield. 12 touchdowns. He's had 46 receptions, 769 yards, 9 interceptions. That's his 10th of the year. Got a kickoff return for a touchdown, a punt block for a touchdown. And he also returned 2 of those interceptions for a touchdown. So the young man knows how to find the ball. I mean, he's got a nose for it.
Just a junior. Typical Westfield defender.
Kim under center on 2nd and 10. Hands it off to Eugene Asante. Trying to plow forward here to the 40. And not much there. This Oscar Smith front 7 among the best in the state of Virginia. They are really stout against the run.
That's Elijah Alston there, really making a good play. His defensive line position there, getting off the tackle, getting off the block, and making a tackle at the line of scrimmage.
You know, I don't know about you, Chris, but just watching Oscar Smith on film over the last few weeks, they've just been playing better and better on defense as the season's gone on.
Well,
they've been stout.
Played pretty well early in the season. 4 of the first 5 games were shutouts.
Kim will send his tight end to the near side on 3rd and long. He'll fake the give. Mishap in the backfield. Kim's going to just run it, and it's going to be out of bounds. It'll be 4th and long coming up. Westfield will have to punt.
Yeah, Elijah Alston, again, putting the pressure on Kim, forcing him to run out of bounds there. Good series there for Oscar Smith. Incompletion, run for no gain, and then forcing Kim out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage for a sack.
So Steinhilber on to punt it for the Bulldogs. And he gets this one away. It'll bounce at the Oscar Smith 35 and roll down to about the 28-yard line. So a good punt.
Notice there, Cameron Kelly was the deep man. He's also their return specialist on punts. Try to get him touch the ball as many ways as possible.
Show you the starters here for Oscar Smith. Head coach Scott Johnson's got a great unit out here offensively, led by Cameron Kelly. Jalen Todd, Recon Harrow, two fantastic guys on defense. Keep an eye on them for this afternoon. We'll show you the offense here in a moment. Handoff goes to Wilson, left side. Couple yards there. Actually, we're going to give about 7. That's a pretty good gain right there, Chris.
Yeah, it looked like they had him contained, and he found a way to work his way through there before Sadiq Hinton, number 3 cornerback for Westfield, was able to get him to the ground.
Second down, here comes Westfield. They're going to blitz. Kelly gets it away and is going to throw it out of bounds. Incomplete. So a little pressure that time coming.
Brought it both on the inside and the outside. They force Cameron Kelly to get rid of it in a hurry. He overthrows it.
The defense for the Bulldogs, led by Nolan Cockrell up front. He's a good one. Taylor Moore, you've already met with the interception. Israel McLean, also an active linebacker, and Sadiq Hinton, one of the best cover guys for this football team as well. Third down and short. Pressure again coming from Westfield. And it's going to be a screen pass caught by Wilson, and he's going to get enough for the first down. He leans forward a yard past the marker, and that'll move the chains here. 46-yard line for Oscar Smith. Good play call for this blitz coming here.
Yeah, outstanding call. Expecting pressure there on third and about 3, and throws behind it. It's just enough for the first down.
Tigers led by Omega Williams, William Daniel up front, Zeke Mays, Davion Toxie, and James Collins. A good up front unit here on the offensive line. Here's Kelly back to pass on 1st and 10. Nothing there. He's going to try to run for a couple. He's got it out to the 49, and he's tackled there. Gain of about 3.
On the keeper, Cameron Kelly runs it.
And that's what the defensive coaches for Westfield were very concerned about. They just thought, hey, you know, we could defend everything perfectly here with Cameron Kelly, and then all of a sudden he jumps out of the pocket with his legs and makes a great play. Second down and 7. Quick toss near sideline. This one incomplete. McLean on the coverage.
Tiger pass intended for number 24,
Wayne Morgan, the intended receiver.
Sent everybody vertical and tried to get Morgan at the line of scrimmage. Just overthrew him a little bit. It was well covered, and he caught that ball. He was going to be hit right away. Third down play here for the Westfield defense, getting vertical upfield, making one cut, and nice 17-yard return. Give Westfield pretty good field position here to start.
Offense for Westfield led by Noah Kim, the quarterback, Eugene Asante. Keep an eye on him, number 8. Outstanding tailback, good group up front. Logan Demoni, a good one at left tackle. Here's the handoff to Eugene Asante. And be bottled up immediately. It's Oscar Smith defense playing stout against the run. One thing that we saw last week and the week prior, and really all season long, is Eugene Asante is the kind of running back that just gets better and better as the game goes on. And you know, last week he was pretty much stifled in the first half by Woodbridge, and then busted out with some big runs in the second half that helped close the game out. So they will stick with it. Oscar Smith, tough to run against, though. So far, they're winning the battle. Second down and long. Here's Kim. Quarterback run game. Going to tuck it in there. They get tackled from behind.
It's Elijah Alston again, making a play in the backfield.
Number 10, and he is brought down from the backside by number 15.
Announcing his presence today. He's going to wreak havoc at the line of scrimmage and behind.
And 10 for the Bulldogs.
Third and long for the second consecutive possession here for Westfield. Bulldogs will send out Morin in the slot. Woodley to the numbers. High formation behind Noah Kim. Play action. Kim under pressure, sacked. Back at the 35.
Malcolm Britt, linebacker, coming off the edge there, putting pressure on, a lot of pressure. Nowhere really for Kim to step up into. You can see him coming from the backside. Britt runs him down, takes him down at the 35.
So fourth down for Westfield again. The offense right now going backwards. Steinhilber, the punter. Good snap. Steinhilber will get it away. Line drive kick. And it's going to bounce at the 37 and roll down inside the 30 to the 28 once again. Shaquem Hussey was thinking about snagging that one in the air and then decided not to. And his offense will start inside their own 30 for the second possession in a row. Well, we thank you for watching today, not only on the NFHS Network online at nfhsnetwork.com, but also on Facebook. I invite you to interact with us here throughout the game. Let us know what you think about this game as it unfolds. First and 10. Cameron Kelly, not the quarterback now. He's going to take the pitch from Brooks. Cameron Kelly hits the Jets at the 45. Open field back to the 30. Cameron Kelly looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Oscar Smith. What a run.
Well, that's why Cameron Kelly is so valuable, whatever position he's on the field, as long as he's on the field. They get him the ball in that little toss there, and watch him accelerate. He puts a foot in the ground right there, and he is gone right there. Hinton's got an angle on him, but just no chance. Morgan gives him a little screen, and then nobody is going to catch Mr. Kelly as he goes to the pylon.
Touchdown for the Tigers, extra point. They try to make it 7-0. And the kick is up, and it's good. 2:50 left here, first quarter. Oscar Smith strikes first. Cameron Kelly from 72 yards. Come on back. And we welcome you back here to the NFHS Network. Our score, Oscar Smith 7, Westfield nothing in the Class 6 Football State Championship. Cameron Kelly's 72-yard run gives the Tigers their first score of the ball game. Andy Hayes, Chris Barassa with you, our producers, Helene Shane, Mike Cerrone helping out in the production van, Ryan Dagurda, Kevin Ricks, and Deontay Neal on our camera crew here this afternoon. High kick back to the 1. It'll be Sadiq Hinton. Looking for a lane. He's got nothing. Hammered at the 16. The Tigers have come to play. They're fired up.
Ricky Thompson, number 44, made that first big hit.
Kickoff was fielded by Hinton.
Tell us who you think will win today's game. Maybe give us a final score prediction in the comment section. We'll see where you end up. We tried to predict these the last couple years, and every time we tried, we were way off, weren't we, Chris?
Well, when they go into overtime, get multiple overtimes, you get a few more points on the board. But I'm thinking, talking to our production team before the game, Mike Cerrone specifically, he's thinking it was going to be a couple scores in the teens. So a big play like that, a 72-yard touchdown run, is going to be huge if this is going to be a low-scoring game. Looks like there might be a face mask on Oscar Smith on the kick return.
Face mask is the indication.
That'll help give Westfield some better field position as they were stopped there throwing 16-yard line. So that ball will be moved all the way out to the 33-yard line.
They've had pretty good field position. They just haven't been able to move the ball. That's 6 offensive plays and have negative yardage so far, and might look for them to start thinking about getting the ball to Woodley, their big wide receiver on the outside.
3 wides to the right here for Kim. He's going to roll that way, and he throws a dart to Morin, who's got it. He takes it out to the 40, and just passed it on first down.
Woodley clears the zone, goes vertical, opens it up in the flat for Morin, and Kim throws him a dart. Good first down pickup by Westfield.
Bulldogs pick up 8 yards, 2nd and 2.
Bulldogs come out. Asante in the shotgun to the right of Noah Kim. 4 wide receivers, and they're going to hand it to Eugene Asante, looking for the edge, puts his shoulder down, leans forward, trying to outrace the linebacker Keyshawn Artis, and he couldn't do it, but it is going to be a first down. Good run by Asante.
Yeah, T.J. Tucker comes all the way from the weak side linebacker position, makes that tackle. Good pursuit. As you say, Asante gets his first down for Westfield.
Great crowd here for this one. You can see it's packed down here. Westfield has brought a great crowd from up in Northern Virginia. Here's Kim, back to pass across the middle. Morin was open, but too high. He rushed that pass a little bit.
Yes,
that could have been a big play.
Number 2. He was defended on the play by
dropping over the linebacker in front of Kelly. Just threw it a little bit too high. Morin was open.
2nd and 10.
I have a feeling they might come back to that play a little bit later on.
Here we go, out. Go, Bulldogs.
Trips to the right again for the Bulldogs. Asante in the backfield. 1 receiver to the near side. Here's Kim, back to pass, looking down the middle for Morin, who got behind the corner. And again, it was just outside of his reach.
Tim Morin was second receiver in a trips formation. He just went vertical. The previous play in that formation, he ran a quick out, and he got behind the secondary, and Kim just led him a little bit too much. A couple opportunities for big plays against this stingy Tiger defense. You cannot miss those opportunities if you want to have a chance to beat this Oscar Smith team.
So 3rd and 10 again. Kim back to pass. And they're going to blow the play dead. Just as Noah Kim unloads the football to his back in the backfield. Offside against Oscar Smith. That'll make it a little bit more manageable here on 3rd down. Bulldogs have been in 3rd and long every drive thus far. This will make it a little better. A lot of score predictions out there, Chris.
Yeah, what kind are we getting?
Well, 28-21, Oscar Smith. Velma from Facebook is saying 28-21. Tony Watt saying Oscar Smith 24, Westfield 18. Kim wants to do the same thing. Can't do it. Now he's going to scramble. And Kim's going to try to get to the yard marker. I think he's got it. Good scramble by Noah Kim. They ran the same play. And Oscar Smith adjusted and took it away with the back out of the backfield, Chris.
Yep.
Noah Kim had no choice.
Well, Kim is quite adept at scrambling. He's not looking to run first when he scrambles. He is looking downfield trying to find somebody. But when he needs to run, tuck it, he's very effective. And you saw it right there. That penalty, giving him a 3rd and 5, came back to hurt him, where he was able to run for exactly 5 yards, pick the first down up.
1st and 10, Kim. Going to try to throw it towards the corner route from Morin, caught! Taylor Morin! Touchdown, Westfield! That time, they connect.
He missed him twice, but he wasn't going to miss him a 3rd time. He got a nice block from Asante on the edge to give him time to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and deliver a strike to Morin. And then Morin just uses his speed to finish that play.
Great throw by Noah Kim. And Taylor Morin shows you that great speed. He's really fast. Here's the extra point, and it is up, and it's good. 1:06 to play, 1st quarter. We're tied at 7. Come on back, you're watching the NFHS Network.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
Yes.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I would encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Welcome back here to the VHSL Class 6 State Championship. Oscar Smith and Westfield now tied at 7. Andy Hayes and Chris Barrasso with you. Hope you're enjoying our coverage out there on Facebook and online at the NFHSnetwork.com website as well. Full video replay will be available for you to watch here if you missed any part of this game. So make sure you come back. I'm sure it will be one you want to check out anyways. The last couple have been instant classics in overtime. Westfield winning both of them. Bulldogs trying to become the first team since the 1920s to win 3 consecutive Division VI state championships. Has not been done since then, Chris.
Did you cover those games?
I was going to say, you were on those broadcasts, right? You beat me to it. Bulldogs have it teed up, and they will try to kick it here. Angle towards the sideline. It will be fielded at the 25. Look out. All sorts of running room. Big hit by Steinhilber at the 42, but a great return. Aaron Acevedo.
Number 22, and he is brought down to.
They decide to go ahead and kick it deep. You see why maybe they've been pooching it for the first couple kicks. Acevedo gets a seam, and you see him accelerate through it. And when your kicker is your safety on defense,
yeah, you feel better about that.
You feel a little better about that, yeah. But you got 2 really good defenses. Sometimes it takes individuals making big plays, and that's what we've seen 2 of them here.
Brooks back in at quarterback. He's going to drop back and throw it. Morin broke on it quickly, but it was a little bit low there for the intended receiver, Brandon Brock.
Morin,
2nd and 10.
You may want to think about throwing somewhere other than where Morin is patrolling.
You've said that a couple times this year. I mean, when we've covered Taylor Morin, it's been a comment or 2.
I mean, all you got to do is watch the way he plays and breaks on the ball. He just has high football IQ and great instincts back there.
2nd down and 10, and the Whistles will stop this play. Wilson was going to take it
It's going to be a
on the
procedure
handoff.
call.
Yep. Ball start against Oscar Smith. Just can't say enough about the job that Coach Johnson has done at Oscar Smith to get this team back into the state championship game for the 3rd consecutive year. I mean, what a great snap this one is. He becomes, obviously, he's the 3rd coach in 3 years, 3rd head coach in 3 years. to get the Tigers to the championship game. And that's the first time it's ever been done in VHSL history in Division 6. I mean, that's amazing. Coach Morgan did it in 15, Coach D last year, and Coach Johnson this year. Quick toss to Brooks to the sideline, and a big hit immediately by the Bulldogs. And that will go for a loss there. That was Shadku on the tackle there.
Yeah, Shadku breaks down, reads the play, and just goes chest to chest on him. Beautiful tackle.
And number 92, Dakota Beach.
Brooks going to scramble on 3rd and long, and now he's going to be sacked back at the 31. Aaron Dishon came out of nowhere and tugged him down.
Well, once he stepped up in the pocket, there's only a 3-man rush, but they force him to step up, and then the linebacker comes up, reads it, just makes a nice open field tackle.
So 4th down here. First quarter has come to a conclusion. Go figure, we're still tied, 7 apiece. Come on back, we're heading to quarter number 2 right after this. You're watching the championships on the NFHS Network. Back here to Hampton University. Quarter number 2 getting set to start. Oscar Smith and Westfield tied at 7 apiece. 4th down for the Tigers. And they'll kick it away. Snap pulled the punter a little bit to the right. Here's Hinton. He catches it on the fly, and he takes it up to about the 37-yard line. And let me just tell you, folks, that makes my color commentator, Chris Barassa, really happy when he sees a guy catch the ball as the returner and not give up that yardage. Hinton, one of the better ones at doing that.
Well, in Hinton's case, not only does he catch it, but he turns it into something positive every time. Nice 7-yard return there after a good kick, took him back.
Bulldogs will have it at their own 37, 1st and 10.
So Noah Kim comes out, I formation. Asante, the deep back. They're going to fake it to him and now throw it to the flat. And Cirillo, the fullback, snuck out there, and he was open. But the ball a little bit high from Kim.
To his receiver, number 88.
Matt Cirillo just couldn't quite get up and get that one.
Matt Cirillo unable to.
Wasn't covered coming out into the flat from the fullback position there. They see that again.
So 2nd and 10. Woodley, the receiver, split to the near sideline. Here's the handoff to Asante, trying to get through the line of scrimmage, and he picks up a couple yards near the 40. 3rd and long again coming up here for Westfield.
Nice job by Kyle Thomas, number 55, shedding his block and getting on Asante before he can get more than a couple yards upfield.
Number 55 of the Tigers.
Very fundamentally sound front four for Oscar Smith, using our arms, getting separation from the offensive line. I tell you, this is a good offensive line for Westfield.
So 3rd down and 8. Kim will drop back to pass. Look out, pressure coming. High pass again. And that was Joe Clancy was trying to get the ball to. It'll be 4th down coming up here for the Bulldogs. So no Kim misfiring a little bit. And you have to, Chris, I think, give a little credit to that pressure because he may be feeling that some. Oscar Smith is definitely.
Bring up the 4th down situation.
They're coming off the edge that time. Almost got to him. And You're right, Andy. Most of his balls have been high today. Maybe a little bit of adrenaline for the sophomore rolling today.
So the Bulldogs will kick it away. It's a good punt. And they're going to fake the reverse. Huxley is going to be brought down all the way back at the 14-yard line. Westfield not fooled on that play.
Good job by Dakota Beach there, number 92. That's defensive lineman down there running downfield, making a tackle in open space against a very fast return man.
So the Tigers back out offensively with Brooks at quarterback. 3 wides here to the near side. They'll pitch it to Wilson, who's looking for the corner. Now he cuts it back up. Good pursuit, addition again for Westfield in there, along with Steinhilber and Beach.
Tell you, Steinhilber's been flying around from his safety position. He comes up, turns this ball inside. Really good job where there's a bunch of black jerseys in there. Make the tackle after a short game.
Trips to the right, one to the near side for Brooks on second down, and it's Cameron Kelly on another carry. Ball popped out. Westfield's got it. Bulldogs have got the football on the big hit. Coming up with it, Elijah Aikens.
Well, Elijah just looked like he knew what was going to happen there. That ball comes out, it's bouncing. He gets it on the hop just before a Tiger could get on it. And, you know, evenly matched teams, it's often the turnovers that make a difference. And not only the turnovers, but where they happen on the field. Oscar Smith player down right now, but great field position for Westfield to start this drive.
Cameron Kelly looked like he was going to bust out into the open. And Westfield was able to grab him. Watch this real close here, Chris. We'll see when the ball pops out.
It's a backside pressure, knocks it out.
By the way, that was Elijah Aikens picking up the rock for a first down.
Somebody got their hand in on the ball and kind of knocked it up into the air. I thought for a moment maybe his knee was down, but after watching the replay that time again.
Great call by the officials.
Yeah, that was a good call. It looked like it was free before his knee hit down.
All 11 guys up in the box for Oscar Smith.
Noah Kim, I formation. They'll hand it off to Asante. Left side, nothing there. And so far, Asante not able to get free.
On the first play from scrimmage, Bulldogs attempt to take advantage of the turnover.
Really no gain there. Defense has done a really good job of containing Asante.
Push him out, baby. Push him out.
Second down and 10. Bulldogs from the Oscar Smith 21. 4 wide receivers. Kim, quick toss in the flat. This one caught and dropped by Gavin Kiley. Tried to get running before he had full control of it. And that will bring up third down.
Defending on the play was number 15, Jalen Moore.
Chris, explain a little bit for the folks back home what they're trying to do with the back out of the backfield there. Is that intended to kind of, because Oscar Smith's playing so much man coverage, trying to get a matchup there maybe?
Well, I think they're trying to flood the zone and then clear it out and throw in behind it. And, you know, they've had a couple opportunities to do that and get some yards, just haven't been able to connect.
Third and long. Kim in the shotgun. Rolls right, quick toss, caught. And a first down reception for Taylor Morin. If they give him the dive, and I think they did. Well, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close. When he dove there, his knee did touch before he fully extended. Watch it right here. He's the second guy in from the right, number 2. He just does a little hitch route. Now watch when his knee hits before he dives out. It's there, and then he dives out another extra couple yards. They did give him enough for the first down, though.
Good call on that.
You know, third down, you know, you got to get a man on number 2 because that's who Noah Kim feels most comfortable throwing the ball to.
Kim in the shotgun again with Asante to his left. Back to pass. Nope, it's going to be a quarterback run, and it's going to be a loss of yardage.
Right,
because Alston again came
Elijah
in
Alston.
unblocked.
Is there more than one guy out there wearing 58 tonight? Because he's been on most of the plays defensively. This comes hard off the edge here. Nobody blocks him. It's a designed quarterback draw, but Kim doesn't even have time to, you know, try to fake that he's throwing a ball at all before Alston's in his face.
So now it's an I formation for Kim. Woodley to the right, Morin out to the left on 2nd and 16. Handoff to Asante, nothing there. Oscar Smith has stuffed the run here in this first half. Asante yet to find any sort of daylight.
On the carry, Eugene Asante, forward progress is arrested.
Well, they're going to keep giving him the ball, though, because one, they expect him eventually to break one, and number 2, they got to keep the defensive honest. You know, they can't just go full-blown pass mode here because then Oscar Smith will really start bringing the pressure.
One back behind Kim. And a quick toss to the flat. Got Clancy open. Clancy avoids the tackler, and he dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Joe Clancy.
Man, what an effort by Clancy there. It looked like he just got the ball in the flat. They needed a lot of yardage. There's white shirts there. Looks like he's going to be tackled. Uses a straight arm to get by there, and then it's just all 1-2. Stretches out, gets into the end zone for the second passing touchdown tonight for Noah Kim.
The big tight end with the great run after the catch. Has put Westfield up. Here's the extra point. And it's good. Bulldogs lead it with 7:26 to play in the first half. Show you some highlights from that drive right here. And it all started with the fumble for Oscar Smith that set Westfield up with great field position. Aikens picking it up off the turf. And the Bulldog offense with the short field. Able to convert a couple third downs. Here's the 3rd and 10.
Today's VHSL Football Championship. In for supporting today's athletes who represent the very best in Virginia high school football.
Taylor Morin getting that first down. That set up this throw in the flat to Clancy. And the big fella just denying to go down there. Gets into the end zone. Somebody's got to get Joe a new helmet. Look at his helmet, Chris.
It's kind of yellow on one side there.
It's all beat up. I guess when you're a tight end, you kind of want it like that, right?
Oh, looking at that replay of the fumble again, it looked like that was Israel McClain pursuing from the backside and dove in there and knocked that ball out, punched it out with his right hand. And, you know, it's just that kind of effort to never give up on a play. You just don't know what's going to happen. Had an opportunity to create a big turnover. He did, and Westfield capitalized on it.
Steinhilber has it teed up. Bulldogs leading 14-7. It's a high kick. It'll be caught back at the 7-yard line. Acevedo on the return. He's going to get it out to about the 29. Good coverage there by the Bulldogs. So early thoughts on this one, Chris. We're midway through almost the second quarter. I mean, every time we've done a game between these two teams, it has just kind of gone back and forth. It's like two heavyweight boxers, right?
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Are we set up the same way in this one?
Well, Oscar Smith came out, seemed to have all the momentum, went down, and had a big touchdown run, 72-yard run by Kelly, and their defense was just playing lights out. 2 3 and outs on the first 2 possessions, but Westfield's made some adjustments. Kim has used his arm, come back taking the lead.
Brooks back in at quarterback, and it's a backwards throw to Wilson. He catches it, he takes it forward. Nolan Cockrell chasing him down the line, along with a host of other Bulldogs, including McClain and Dishon, to bring him down for a gain of a yard.
No Cameron Kelly on that first play after the fumble. Brooks in there quarterbacking on his second drive here.
Brooks in the shotgun, hands it off to Wilson. And Wilson with a nice run out near the first down marker to the 40. And tackled there, we'll see what the mark is. It will be a first down for the Tigers.
Wilson just has great quickness. He's able to avoid a couple of Westfield defenders in the backfield there and able to get the ball up past the first down marker.
First and 10 here. Brooks back to pass. And he's looking for it all. He's got a man running wide open, but he's out of bounds. There was nobody near him.
Yeah, Jarius Howard, he just lost his awareness of where he was on the field there. Nobody covered him. Breakdown in coverage there, and just a little bit out of bounds. Good idea by Brooks once he recognized the breakdown in coverage.
Yeah, definitely the right read. Just a little bit too far. Out of bounds. Whistle stops this play.
Timeout Westfield.
Before the play, we have a timeout. This one will be charged.
So Westfield will take a quick timeout and talk things over.
Coach Simmons, Coach Shields there, defensive coordinator, a little concerned about that blown coverage on the play before, wanting to make sure they get things right here.
We had a chance to ask Coach Simmons about playing for his third consecutive.
How special the opportunity is, you know, that not everybody gets to do this, and I'm getting to do it 3 times in a row, and I got 4 rings, and I just feel, very thankful to be around such a great group of people and accomplishing such awesome things through the game of football. And it is about more than just football, you know. Every week we win a playoff game, and we're together one more week, enjoying each other, experiencing each other, learning things, and it's made us a very good program because of it.
Coach Simmons talking about what a great opportunity it is for them to be back in this ball game after 2 consecutive championships. Here's the running play to Wilson, who breaks out of a tackle, and he gets it out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Schweiger had him in the backfield there, and you see he's not that big, but you can see how strong he is, bouncing off that tackle attempt by Schweiger there. They get 3rd and manageable to the 45-yard line, 3rd and 5.
Here's the give to Wilson. Straight ahead, big hit.
Yeah, it's going to be short. Be 4th and about 1.
Khalid Wilson, the ball carrier, number 49, doesn't run, set the tackle.
Fourth down is short for Oscar Smith. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak by Brooks. And it looks like he's got enough for a first down.
Yeah, second effort got it. Initially was stopped, but he pushed off on his second effort. Got just to the line they needed.
There was the run before. First and 10 here. Brooks back to pass. Look out, picked off. Westfield football. Shadku again. Steps in front of it.
Tell you, turnovers, big games against teams that are evenly matched. Turnovers often become the difference, and it just looked like Brooks looked down his receiver there, and Shadku just read it, jumped it. Great field position for Westfield here at the 50-yard line.
So first and 10 for the Bulldogs. And they're going to give it on an end around to Taylor Moore, and he's stuffed. Great job defensively by the Tigers there.
As Malcolm Britt again staying home, doing his job, doing assignment football, coming up, turning in Taylor Moore in there into the inside. There's just nothing there. A loss of 3.
Yard loss on the play, 2nd and 13 for the Bulldogs.
So 2nd down and 13. Kim in the shotgun. Uh-oh, under pressure. Sacked all the way back at the 39 of Westfield. Couldn't get away from big number 10, Horace Sawyer, who just kept on chasing him.
Yeah, both Sawyer and Artis came in up the middle, forced Kim out of the pocket, and Sawyer just stayed with it. Another big sack.
So 3rd down and 21 for Westfield. 3.5 left to play in this first half. Hard count by Kim. Now he'll run it. And he's got some good wheels. Look out. Noah Kim close to the first down. He's got it.
They're going to mark him short, I think, Andy.
Great run by Kim.
Going to mark him about the 41. He had to get to the 40. I'll see what Coach Simmons does here. 4th and 1 on the plus 41-yard line. Convert, keep the momentum going for Westfield. Go forward and don't convert, and you maybe give it back to Oscar Smith.
Fourth down and 1 situation here for Westfield. They may call timeout and talk it over. We'll keep it right here. Chris just talking about some of the other storylines across the state with other games going on. Westfield looking for their 3rd consecutive championship. We saw Highland Springs claim their 3rd today against Tuscarora. They won 40-27. Salem is going for their 3rd straight tonight against Louisa. That game getting close to getting underway. Actually, I think it is. Yeah, about 10 minutes from now. So that's a storyline. Appomattox is going for their 3rd consecutive state championship. And Riverhead's won today, and they had won 3 of the last 4.
Right.
That's pretty amazing if you think about that. To have all of these teams that are right in the same path looking for a championship number 3 in a row. That's amazing.
Quality programs, quality coaching staff, good support by the administration and the community and the families of those programs. Players willing to work hard throughout the year. You know, you get a taste of what it takes to win and the satisfaction of winning a state championship. And then you just want to come right back and start the process over again so you can have that feeling again. And throughout the state at all different levels, we're seeing that happen. So after the timeout, Westfield decides to come out in punt formation to try to pin Oscar Smith back inside the 10-yard line here.
So Westfield will play field position. And a high punt will be fielded back at the 1-yard line.
In high school, you can be in the end zone as a player and touch the ball. It's all about where the football is. So it didn't matter that Westfield defender was in the end zone there. They did exactly what they were hoping to do. The ball is going to be 1st and 10 inside the 1-yard line. You know, I just really think Coach Simmons there didn't want, if they didn't convert, to give that momentum back to Oscar Smith and have him have the ball close to midfield.
So the Tigers backed all the way up to their own end zone here with 2:24 left in this first half. Andy Hayes, Chris Barrasso with you on the NFHS Network. Brooks will go under center on 1st down, and it'll be a quarterback sneak to the right side of that line. And he'll be tackled quickly Competition coming up to get him. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Again, no Cameron Kelly on the field for that first play.
Brooks again, I formation, 2 wide. Gonna drop back to pass, and he wants to throw it down the sideline. This one incomplete.
There he is.
Trying to find Kelly out on the edge. A little too strong.
Tigers lost a long pass down.
Manned up with Hinton out there. Good cover corner for Westfield. Well, that's a tough matchup for anybody. Cameron Kelly with his speed. One-on-one with no help over the top. I like the play call there. Pin back your 1-yard line.
So 3rd down and 9. Brooks again. Quick toss, throws it towards the sideline, incomplete. And Westfield has forced a punting situation. And 4th down with 1:42 to play.
That time they had Westfield had 2 defenders on him. Had him bracketed, really nowhere to get that ball for Brooks. But, you know, snapping this ball from inside the 2, the punter is not going to be able to get as deep as normally would like. And Oscar Smith, with 1:42, is going to go ahead and take a timeout. Make sure they have their blocking scheme and everything down the way they want it. Last thing they want to do is get a ball blocked in their own end zone. But either way, Westfield's going to have pretty good field position here. That punt decision on 4th and 1 looks to be the right decision so far for Coach Simmons.
And we've seen them do that a lot, Chris, in the years past. And they will play field position on you because they trust their defense.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is incredibly difficult to move the ball on consistently. So, you know, they feel good about that.
I mean, we've seen coaches go for it in that situation because, quote, they trust their defense, right? And if they don't make it, their defense will back them up. They also trust their defense and go ahead and kick there because they want to put the opponent in bad field position, have the defense get a stop just like this, and get the ball back in good field position, 1st and 10.
Well, also worth noting that that great punt by Steinhilber is what put their defense in that position to stop him here on the 1. Here's the punt situation now for Oscar Smith. Westfield will set up the return, and it will be Hinton. And he dropped the ball. It's rolling around. It'll be picked up by the Bulldogs. Taylor Morin came in to save the day. That cost him about 15 yards.
I know you've coached punt returners pretty much your whole adult life, and rule number 1 is keep your elbows in. And in that situation there, Hinton had his elbows out, and the ball went right through his arms. Fortunately, one of his teammates there to jump on it. They still have good field position here at the 43-yard line, but they could have had that ball inside the 30. 1:32 to go here in the first half.
So Westfield will send out 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side for Noah Kim. And a quick toss backside. Soto was open, and he had some room to run.
I love that scheme and that play call right there. They got trips to the far side of the field. They got single receiver backside. He runs a slant. You know you're getting man coverage there on the backside, and it's tough to get underneath that slant. And it was well executed all the way to the point where the ball wasn't caught.
2nd down and 10 now. 1:29. Ball on the turf again. Kim picks it up. He's just going to take the sack and let his offense regroup on 3rd and 13.
That was Sawyer and Artis again coming in. Sawyer slipped as he came in and got an assist on that tackle laying on his back. As Kim stepped up right into him. And now what are you thinking here, Andy, with 3rd and long, 1:18 to go here?
Great question. I mean, I obviously try to pick up the 1st down. You want to do the same thing you did a minute ago. And, play field position, try to pin them back deep. But if you're Oscar Smith, you're saying, hey, if we stop you here, we got some time. Let's try to get it to our best weapon out on the edge in Cameron Kelly.
Well, if they run the ball here, they force Oscar Smith to use their last time out to stop the clock. maybe you throw a low-risk pass here and try to have one of your receivers make a big play after the catch. They're going trips.
Taylor Moore is in the slot here in the middle. To your right, he's usually their third down target. There's Noah Kim on third down. They're going to hand it off to Asante. And he's going nowhere. Picks up a yard, and that's it. Great defense by the Tigers once again. Number 55, Kyle Thomas.
Kyle Thomas.
Senior, 6'3", 280. Takes up a lot of space in there. Very athletic for his size.
So Oscar Smith will stop the clock here with 1 minute and 11 seconds left. They'll force the punt.
The first half.
We'll keep it right here and as we count down towards the end of this first half. We'll talk to you at the half about the adjustments here. Give us your thoughts on what both teams need to do to improve their play here in the second half coming up. Chris and I will read through your comments on the Facebook stream, and maybe we'll give you a shout out if we think you're on it. So 4th and 12 for Westfield. Steinhilber pinned him inside the 1 the last time. We'll see if Oscar Smith comes after this kick. They do not. It's a high kick. And it's going to bounce at about the 16 and roll inside to the 9, now down to the 8-yard line again. Israel McLean trying to make it go further, but right at the 8-yard line, great punt again by Steinhilber. Can't do it better than that. Well, you can. You do it at the 1. He just did that.
Getting spoiled when you're not happy the ball down inside the 8. Well, Westfield just got one of the keys we talked about is preventing the big play. They just can't allow a big play here. They've kind of gotten momentum back, and the defense has been playing really well, except for the 172-yard run by Kelly. Keep everything in front of him and come up and make tackles.
There's Brooks back to pass. He's in the end zone. Look out. And now he's going to throw it up. This one caught. Great diving catch for a first down. And that was Keon Watson who broke open at the end. How about Brooks buying some time there, Chris?
Absolutely. I mean, there was nothing. Everything was well covered. Got some pressure. Got a little bit mobile there. Then kept his eyes downfield. Found Keon there, cut across the field.
Toss out to Wilson, and Cockrell's got him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a couple. Clock now winding under 25 seconds left here in this first half of play.
Looks like they're happy to just get to halftime here.
So the bands will come out and perform here at the half. We'll give you some halftime highlights. That and more coming up here on the NFHS Network. Westfield leads it 14-7 after 2. We'll be back. Stay tuned for more coverage.
And it'll be a 14-7 score with the Bulldogs being up 14-7 over the Oscar Smith Tigers.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Kicks the ball away. Number 32, Buda Baker, takes it on his 30. Watch this guy run in the open field, and nobody's going to catch him. Buda Baker, 70 yards to the house. Bellevue on top first.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to provide you some halftime statistics while we have a moment. Oscar Smith is down in first down, 7 first downs to 14 to Westfield. On the rushing front, Oscar Smith, 19 rushes for 127 yards versus Westfield, 16 rushes for 4. In the passing category, net yardage passing, Oscar Smith 30, Westfield 81. And total offense, 32 plays for Oscar Smith for 157 yards versus Westfield, 27 plays for 85 yards. Our rushing leader for Oscar Smith is Cameron Kelly with 5 attempts and a gain of 87. Westfield, Eugene Asante, number 7, and he has a gain of 11. Khalid Wilson is the top receiver for the Oscar Smith Tigers, followed up by Keon Watson. Looking on the Westfield Bulldogs side, Taylor Moran has 3 receptions for a total of 64 yards, and Joe Clancy had a big one for 17 yards.
And we welcome you back here at the half. Westfield leading Oscar Smith 14-7 in the 2017 VHSL Class 6 football state championship game. And we're having a good time calling this one, as always. Andy Hayes alongside Chris Barassa as we get set to get ready for the second half of play. Hey, we're winding down here, Chris, but we got a great finish, I think, brewing. What do you think?
Yeah, 2 outstanding defensive efforts in the first half. And, you know, we talked about beginning of the game, 2 equal teams or very competitive teams. Sometimes it's the big plays that make a difference. We've seen a couple big plays. Cameron Kelly, long touchdown run, long pass to Taylor Moran, but a couple turnovers so far for Westfield. One of them down about the 20, 25-yard line. They converted points. That's the difference in this ball game.
Well, I'll show you some highlights here from the first half of play. And one of those big plays right off the bat, Cameron Kelly making some moves with his legs, but that was a pick there by Taylor Moore, and that kind of stopped the drive, the first drive for Oscar Smith. And then Westfield really struggled, I thought, to move the football first couple drives. They did not capitalize on some open guys out there, but also that front 7 was amazing. And then Kelly kind of does his thing, hits the turbo button and says goodbye. First touchdown here of the game was Kelly from 72 yards out. With a great dive at the end, and that put Oscar Smith up 7-0, Chris. And we kind of thought, well, we knew that number 8 was going to be a problem for Westfield, and he showed up right there. But here comes the equivalent for Westfield to Kelly. It's Taylor Moore. Noah Kim putting the ball in his hands, and they tie the ball game up at 7 apiece.
Well, they've only got 4 yards rushing, net yards rushing does Westfield in the first half, so they're going to depend on, Noah Kim's arm and getting the ball to Moore in the secondary. They've done a pretty good job of bottling up Woodley, but Taylor Moran's been the man receiving the ball.
Second quarter, actually, big fumble here. Kelly gets the ball stripped from behind Israel McClain, and it is picked up by Elijah Akins, and that sets up this touchdown pass from Noah Kim to Joe Clancy. This is a big 3rd and 15, and he gets it into the end zone to give Westfield a 14-7 lead at the half. So our championship highlights here for you. And again, we asked you, what are your second half adjustments? I'm going to ask the coach what he thinks, and then maybe we'll share a few of yours out there on Facebook. But thoughts on if you're Westfield and Coach Simmons, what are you saying to your team in the locker room?
I think you're very happy with the result in the first half. They held a high-powered offense to 7 points, and it was just one big play that really didn't sustain anything against them. So defensively, I think the game plan they came in with is working. Offensively, they've only got 85 total yards in the first half. 81 of those passing, most of them on that touchdown to Taylor Morin. So I think they're going to continue to run the ball. They're not going to abandon the run game because they got to keep the defense honest. But I think they're going to have to throw the ball in early downs, not just throw the ball on third and long or second and long situations to try to get some better matchups against this Oscar Smith.
Switching
defense.
sides, talking about Coach Johnson. What's he telling his boys?
Well, I think he's saying, look, we've got to go back to doing what we were doing defensively in the first couple series where they, Elijah Alston and company, Sawyer were getting in the backfield and really just preventing, Kim from doing anything.
Right.
But offensively, after the fumble, we kind of didn't see a whole lot of Cameron Kelly there in the second quarter. They put him in on that last drive, tried to throw him the ball a couple times. He's your best ball player. You got to get the ball in his hands, whatever way you can, whether a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, because he's a difference maker for this offense. He's not in there, the Westfield defense looks stronger, looks more in control of the game.
So we'll see if Kelly is used more here offensively in the second half. He's Chris Barassa. I'm Andy Hayes. We thank you for watching our coverage online here at the NFHS Network. We'll take you back out to the field as both teams are getting set to get going here. And again, our score. Westfield 14, Oscar Smith 7. My buddy Chris Barassa, his favorite part of doing these games is the trivia where I try to stump him. And last week I would have had him. He was not in town. But here's your trivia for today. Prior to Westfield in 2015 and 2016, Chris, who was the last team to claim back-to-back championships in Division 6? There you go, buddy. Let me tell you, that took me about 3 weeks of research to try to come up with something that you wouldn't know. I think I got you on this one. And all of you out there on Facebook, I mean, feel free to chime in.
Yeah, I might need some help from Facebook. Can I phone a friend or whatever?
He is perplexed right now. The look on his face. I'm excited about it. I'll let you think about it for a minute.
I will.
Bulldogs coming back out. Tigers are out already. They've warmed up. And we're hoping for a great finish. The last couple of years, we've thought about this game at halftime and thought, well, okay, maybe we see how it's going to go. And both times it's gone differently than we expected with regard to getting into overtime. And Westfield held a good lead last year. Oscar Smith was able to rally and get in it and get to overtime, and they were right there. They had a chance to win the ball game. So we'll see if that kind of unfolds here in the second half of play. Noah Kim and the Bulldogs getting warmed up. We're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll come back with the second half kickoff and the answer to your trivia question here in a few moments. Welcome back here to Hampton, Virginia. Andy Hayes, Chris Barassa with you. Our halftime score, Westfield 14, Oscar Smith 7 in the Class 6 football state championship game. All right, so we threw it out there and said, all right, here's your trivia question. Who was the last team in Division 6 to win back-to-back state championships, aside from Westfield? Chris, do you have any guess out there?
I mean, when Percy Harvard was Lansdowne, did they win 2 years in a row?
They did not, because Oakton beat them back in 05.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Dennis Freeman guessed Centerville. That's not right.
No.
We've got Monet Anderson guessing Ocean Lakes. And Centerville, that's not right. James Williams says, is the answer LC Bird? No, that's incorrect. And the reason is because LC Bird went from 6A down to 5A. And they won 2 straight in 5A, but not in 6A. So that's a good one. Good guess, though. That was kind of my first thought. And then looking at it, realized they are not eligible to be in this trivia because they're a 5A team. But I'm going to tell you who got it right. You ready for this one? Gary Chilcote got it right. C.D. Hilton in 1998 and 1999 won it back-to-back. So the Bulldogs from C.D. Hilton High School are the last team to win back-to-back state championships.
Good job,
in Division
Gary.
6. Way to go, Gary.
Good job, Gary.
Now, the question for Gary is, did you get online and Google it, or did you just know that answer?
Oh, Gary's not like that. Gary.
Because Barassa was up here. He was
If
on
I had a phone, I would have been on it. But
he was looking for every opportunity to get on Google. Oscar Smith going to kick it to Westfield to start the second half of play. Bulldogs had won the toss and deferred, so they've got the football here to begin this third quarter. And we are underway, second half. And a high kick, it's going to go out of bounds. Sadiq Hinton had a hunch maybe that it was going to head that way, and it did. Now the question is, will they do what Oscar Smith did? Will they make him kick it again?
Looks like they are.
Mene Anderson said he Googled it totally. Gary, you better defend yourself out here on Facebook. People aren't believing it. He says, no, I was the opposing coach in both losses at Verina. How about that one? So there you go. You would know, Gary. You would know. We thank you for playing our trivia. Having some fun with us here this evening on Facebook. All right, so they're going to make Oscar Smith kick it again. Tigers are ready. And they'll boot it deep right to Hinton, who would have fielded at the 9-yard line. He's got a return set up, but not many lanes to run in. Oscar Smith had about 6 guys, and somehow Hinton got around all of them.
I was just thinking that. They had like a picket fence down there of white jerseys, and somehow Hinton bounced it outside, got past them, brought it all the way out to the 38, 29-yard return to start the second half.
Hinton returns.
Noah Kim and the offense back out on the field for Westfield. Running game pretty much non-existent in the first half. That's been the case the last 2 playoff games for Westfield. Second half has been a different story. We'll see what adjustments they make as Taylor Morin goes in motion on first down. Kim wants to throw it across the middle. What a great catch by Woodley. Unbelievable. He hauled it in.
Well, Woodley gets his first chance at a throw here, and he just uses all of his 6'4" frame to reach out and get this ball and bring it in. Outstanding catch.
Unreal catch.
I think he wanted to go to Morin in the flat after he motioned over there, but that was covered. Kim doesn't hesitate to look downfield to Woodley and throws a dart.
So 1st and 10 inside of Oscar Smith territory at the 44-yard line. 4 wide receivers for Noah Kim. And they're going to go quarterback run game to the right. Kim trying to get the edge. He'll get knocked out of bounds at the 42. Gain of about 1.5 yards here. We'll see what the official mark is, but
quarterback Noah Kim on
again just has not been there today. Horace Sawyer, a big reason why. 230-pound junior has been causing problems for Westfield's run game.
Him and Elijah Alston together have been wreaking havoc.
Kim looking to the sideline. Coach Simmons yelling for his slot man to move to the left. And the handoff goes to Asante, who breaks free. He turns on the Jets. Eugene Asante. Touchdown, Westfield.
Asante finally breaks one, gets to the second level, and there's nothing left but the safety, and he just outruns him to the corner of the end zone for a 44-yard touchdown run by Westfield to start off this second half.
We just talked about it. Quiet first half, explosive second half. for Eugene Asante. That's been the MO the last few weeks of the season. Great run. Here's the extra point attempt, and this one is up. And it is no good, wide left. Make sure you get your highlighter out.
Yeah, mark that one down.
Mark that one down. That could be a big play as we go back and watch last few plays here on this drive. I'll tell you what, watch this catch one more time. We'll slow it down for you. Look at this catch. Unbelievable hands by Woodley.
That ball's a yard past him when he catches the ball.
Gazette Woodley with the catch. It kind of got this drive going for Westfield. Noah Kim with a nice run. And then they get it to their workhorse, Eugene Asante. And he busts through the line.
Finally got some movement. The offensive line moving the line of scrimmage a couple yards. And Asante knows what to do with it once he gets to second level. You mentioned it. 2 weeks ago they played South Lakes for the regional championship up north. And he had no yards in the first half. And he broke off a 74-yarder that kind of set the tone for the second half, and they won that game going away from a talented South Lakes team.
So Westfield leads it 20-7 after the missed extra point. But a two-score lead here over the Tigers in the third quarter of action, 11:03. On the clock here, a high kick, and it's angling to the left and out of bounds. So the kicking game has gone awry a little bit for Westman. Now the punt game has been pretty good, but the kicking game off the tee, kicking off, and also the extra points the last couple weeks, they have not had a good outing. And really for Westfield, and Russ Steinhilber's been really good all year. So this is uncharacteristic for him and for the special teams at Westfield because they take such pride in their special teams. So, I guess maybe it's sometimes like a golfer, like Barassa, every now and then gets the shanks, and you just have to work it out, don't you?
No, it's every now and then I don't get the shanks.
Okay, I got you. Sorry to mischaracterize your golf game.
Surprise myself.
Yeah.
But, they're just trying to avoid kicking it to these talented return guys and just getting too close to the... we've seen more kicks out of bounds tonight than I think we have all year.
This one will be in bounds. Acevedo will take it, and he's still on his feet past the 30 up to the 32. Good return there. And Oscar Smith will have the football 1st and 10. Will we see Cameron Kellymore behind center or in the backfield? He scored on a run where he was not the quarterback, he was the tailback.
Yeah, he had 87 yards in the first half rushing on 5 carries, 72 of them coming on that one touchdown run. They got him split out at wide receiver now.
Kelly comes out here to the near side for Brooks, and they'll hand it off to Wilson, and Wilson will be stopped after a couple yards. Still pushing, but we'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
Had a nice first half, 9 carries for 43 yards.
Take a look at Wilson's numbers this year, 19 touchdowns, 1,166 yards, 6 yards a carry. He's the leading rusher on this team. D'Angelo White, also another great player, that was hurt and is out for the year. Here's a run to Wilson left, and he will be tackled at the 41-yard line.
Lead Wilson, the tackle ball carrier, and he is blasted down by number 9, Aaron Deshaun of the Bulldogs.
It's an important drive, I think, for Oscar Smith here. It's still early in the game. We've got over 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, but other than that long run, they really haven't done a lot offensively, and they don't want to lose contact with Westfield.
3rd and short, Brooks under center, hands it to Wilson. He's got the first down as he dives through the pile and gets out near the 50. Good run by Wilson there.
Yeah, he just pops through the other side, and not that tall. Tough for the linebackers to find him behind that big offensive line.
High formation for Brooks. Counter play. There's Wilson near side. Nothing there. Clancy all over him along with Beach.
telling you, Cockrell, I think, made that first hit. He's down on his knees when he makes the hit. And that's just wanting to make a play. He's getting blocked by two guys on the ground, and he gets an arm around his leg to slow him down and let his teammates come in and clean it up. I mean, Cockrell just always seems to be making big plays for this Westfield defense.
High formation, twins to the far side for Brooks. And he'll drop back to pass. Brooks looking for Kelly, who's open, caught, touchdown, Oscar Smith. They found him.
Well, they need to keep finding him because he is the man on offense for them. He's the game breaker for them. He got behind Moran here, and good protection for Brooks. And he delivers a strike. And then Kelly takes it the rest of the way in.
Great throw. Great throw by Brooks. Kelly. Chris Barassa just tabbed him the answer. He has been the answer for Oscar Smith.
There's a pretty good guy that was nicknamed the answer that came around for these parts down here.
Well, that was on the hardwood.
He was a pretty good football player, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great point. Here's the extra point attempt. And it's up, and it is good. Oscar Smith answers. 8:40 to play, third quarter. Cameron Kelly gets them back within 6. We're back right after this. You're watching the championships on the NFHS Network.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
Yes. I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I would encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
And we welcome you back here to Hampton, Virginia, where the score has changed again. Oscar Smith with a touchdown to pull within 6. Westfield still leading 20-14. The passing game for Oscar Smith. Strikes for another touchdown to Cameron Kelly. Tigers will kick it back off. And it's going to be a low line drive kick to Hinton. And he'll return it up the middle. And Taylor Morin took a huge shot by Julian Sparkman. And that ended up tackling Hinton.
Outstanding play by Sparkman here. Watch him coming up the middle.
Watch Morin try to block.
Just takes him on and blocks Morin into Hinton, trips him up. That's just 1-2 on special teams right there.
Sparkman should be fired up after that one. What a hit. Old Mo seems like he's shifting over to the other sideline right now. Here is Noah Kim on first down. Steps up. And he throws it almost complete to his man Goodman. And Woodley had a chance at it as well, but it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10 coming up here.
We did Noah Kim's first game this season against Lake Braddock. Threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter. Remember that? And we were wondering how the sophomore was going to react, and boy did he. They came back and won that game going away, led by him. He had a couple long runs, some good passing the rest of that game, and he's just taken off from there his sophomore season, become the leader for this Westfield offense.
2nd and 10, Noah Kim in the shotgun. Back to pass, under pressure again. Look out, he's sacked. They got him again. Malcolm Britt.
Britt's been in the backfield quite a bit today. This blitz is on the outside. Kim steps up, turns right into him, 15-yard line. Britt makes a nice tackle. He's done that 3 times in the backfield so far tonight.
Third down and 21.
Bulldogs face third and 21 from the 15.
Morin in motion. Screen pass across to Taylor Morin. And he somehow fights through one tackle, but he can't get away from the other. And he'll be brought down at the 23-yard line.
That's the first time Elijah Alston's missed the tackle tonight. He read the screen. Slips the tackle right there. And Morin gets some of that loss back, but it's going to be 4th and long.
Hussey standing back at the 41. Crowd for Oscar Smith is getting into it. And a timeout will be called by Oscar Smith.
Coach Johnson must have seen something he didn't like there on the punt return team. I don't think he was anticipating a fake here. 4th and about 13 from the 22.
As a parent and enthusiast of the HSL activities, you may support the programs by making a tax-deductible contribution to the VHSL.
So this game is starting to get
the VHSL Foundation is
a little more interesting here. Westfield up by a couple scores. Oscar Smith comes back with a big touchdown. They're within 6, and then they get a big defensive stop. And momentum is clearly on their side right now. See if the Tigers come after this punt. Low snap, and Steinhelper has it blocked. Ball is rolling around, but the Tigers have got it at the 19 of Westfield.
The flag after the play, but I think Coach Johnson did see something there that he wanted to exploit. Put in a block, and they got to it. It's just like a turnover.
It looked like it was Roman Copeland who maybe had got a hand on that ball.
I think you got a sideline warning after that play. Tigers exploded off the bench. Now it's their turn to create a turnover inside the 20 and see if they can take advantage. Got an opportunity to take the lead right here. We've had a lot of action the first 5 minutes of this second half.
The fireworks have begun.
Exactly what we expected, though.
Absolutely. 1st and 10. Brooks with the I formation. Hands it off to Wilson, straight ahead, couple yards. Down to about the 16-yard line. Dakota Beach, Israel McLean, Nolan Cockrell assist on the tackle.
Tackle made by number 93 for Roberts.
There's Brooks on 2nd down, hands it off to Wilson, who flips up over the defense, and he may be close to the 1st down, about a yard shy. How about that run, Chris Barassa?
I tell you, I was half expecting him to land on his feet and keep running. He's get tripped up. Looks like it's going to be a long 2 yards here on 3rd down.
Third and 3 for the Tigers. Brooks under center. Westfield showing pressure. Wilson trying for the edge. He gets inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down and goal for the Tigers.
Toss sweep. A lot of guys at the point of attack. Westfield's got a lot of defenders out there, but Wilson knows what he needs, jumps over a would-be tackler, and just gets down inside to the 8-yard line, just enough for the 1st down.
Dylan Winsett made the tackle for Westfield. And a good hit there, but it was after the 1st down run. Wilson again, handoff straight up the gut to the 5. And you see big number 10 leading the way there, Chris. At fullback, Horace Sawyer. He's thrown a couple good blocks here on this drive this far.
They've come out in the I formation this series. They want to get an extra big blocker.
Handoff, Wilson straight ahead, fighting for the one. And he'll be stopped right there. It'll be 3rd and goal for Oscar Smith. Tigers getting a good push up front.
Give it to you. Khalid Wilson on the play. Number 3 almost to the goal line. He's leading Mark short.
Under 5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Brooks will lean it over. Touchdown, Tigers. He's got it. Dominique Brooks just went Cam Newton on him on the 1-yard line.
Just stuck the ball out. He only needed less than a yard. Used his long arms sticking across the goal line. Successful extra point here, and the Tigers are back on top.
Takes it in for the touchdown for the Oscar Smith Tigers.
Big extra point coming here. Aziz Attar, the place kicker, they're trying to give the Tigers the lead. And the kick is up, and it is good. 4:37 left in the 3rd. Oscar Smith has come roaring back. We'll show you the last couple plays. It all started with the block punt.
21-20 over the Westfield Bulldogs.
That set him up with a 1st and 10 inside the Westfield 20.
That was Wilson. There's a big 3rd down conversion. Knew where he needed to get. Carried the ball a couple more times. Up the gut here behind Horace Sawyer. And then it was the long arms of Dominique Brooks to finish it off.
Great drive from Oscar Smith to finish and capitalize on that block punt. They've got the lead back 21-20, and old Mo is standing on the far sideline right now. We'll see if Westfield can grab him back and convince him back over here to this side. Attar has it teed up. Oh, the ball has fallen off the tee, so they'll hold it.
I think the wind's died down a little bit since earlier in the day. The flags on the goalposts are pretty much hanging straight down now. It was blowing hard left to right midday today.
Low kick, and it's going to be picked up by Hinton, and he's hit hard right at the 11. Mishandled it. Westfield backed up.
Coverage unit's been doing an outstanding job for Oscar Smith. Start inside their 11 on this drive.
So a big drive here. Noah Ken in the shotgun back at his own 5. 1st and 10, Taylor Morin. Quick toss, this one tipped up in the air, almost picked off. Could have been picked off if Soto hadn't put a paw on it. That right there was dangerous. Second down, and 10 to go. I formation. Handoff goes to Asante, and he's bottled up. Helmet comes off.
Kyle Thomas 55.
Eugene,
It's a good-looking football player right there. It's been hard to block all night. Keeps his head in the backfield, sheds the block. It's all over the running backs tonight.
So third down. We'll call it 9 here. There's Kim. And the shotgun throws it. Caught by Gavin Kiley, look out! Kiley turning on the Jets. He's gone. Touchdown, Westfield. Oh my.
We talked about this earlier in the game, Andy. On the backside there, he ran a slant, got man coverage, gets inside of the coverage. See it right here. There's nobody behind him. He just beats the quarterback to the inside. Kim delivers it, and then it's just a race to the end zone. That's such a good play, that backside slant when you got man coverage.
It's like watching Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier back in your day, Chris. We got ourselves a ball game here.
We're going for 2 here to try to get back on the overtime.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in sync on the overtime option.
What a throw. And a great job by Kiley to hold on to it, and he took off.
And coverage on both outside receivers.
Here's Kim, play action, throwing it in the end zone for Clancy, caught.
Woodley nearly ran his cover guy into the pass pattern there. Watch this. Throwing back to Clancy, going across, and man on Woodley almost was able to make a play, but
wow.
We're back in sync for overtime, Andy, just
yes,
in case you were concerned.
Chris has this all plotted out, folks. Don't worry.
Boy, what a third quarter we've had.
Go back and watch his touchdown catch again. Gavin Kiley. A 90-yarder to the house. We just talked about old Mo trying to figure out a way to get him on this side of the field for Westfield fans. Well, guess what? He's back over here.
I tell you, it's been going back and forth about every 4 minutes or so. Like Oscar Smith had everything going there. A couple touchdowns, great kick coverage, defense playing well. And then the big play.
So Westfield back up by 7, but I have a feeling it's just getting started. These two teams, I swear, and we said this last year, the year before, we said we could watch these two play every single week.
Right.
It's not that we don't like covering other
I'd drive
games.
back there tomorrow if they were going to play again tomorrow afternoon in the parking lot.
I'm with you. There's the kickoff. It'll be fielded back at the 10-yard line. And a good return out to about the 27. Dishon with a nice tackle. Acevedo's done a good job here tonight.
Acevedo looks like he could break it anytime he catches a kickoff, and Dishon has been in there, made 2 or 3 nice open field tackles on kick coverage team.
Well, we hope you're enjoying the coverage out there, folks. Tell us where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out. First and 10, Brooks under center, handoff to Wilson straight ahead, look out. Wilson with a big run past the 45 to the 46. Akins and McLean
coming up, limping a little bit to the sideline, Andy.
Looks like he's a little dinged up there.
I tell you, he hits the hole hard. Just shows, doesn't matter what size you are. Size of that heart, he just hits that hole hard. He doesn't care how big everybody is around him.
First and 10 carry. Nope, they'll stop the play. False start.
There will be a false start charged to the Tigers.
This referee crew's done an outstanding job tonight. best of the best come here to get the state championship games, and they're proving it.
There's the give to Kelly, right side. Cameron Kelly still on his feet, fighting past the 50. And he's got a solid gain there to make it second down and about 7.
Well, if you're Westfield, you see Wilson kind of hobble off to the sideline, you're thinking, phew, let me take a break here. Well, they replaced him with Cameron Kelly at tailback, and I don't know that that's a step down in any way. Wilson's done yeoman's work tonight, but one of the best athletes in the state, one of the best football players in the state, comes in as your backup running back.
Second down and 7 here for the Tigers, right about midfield. Here's Brooks, back to pass. Cockrell trying to grab him. Look out, he's got some running room far sideline. He's got a first down. Good run by Dominique Brooks.
Oh, good recognition. You know, you can wait too long to pull it down and run, and he does it exactly the right time here. Knows where he's got to get to for the first down. There's nothing there. He's got a lane to the right. Takes it.
High formation again. Kelly bouncing right side. Look out. First down and more. Cameron Kelly to the 27-yard line of Westfield with another first down run. Well, we told you to tell us where you're watching from out there. We'll say hello out there. Andy Nininger watching from Boynton Beach, Florida. I'm sure it's a little warmer down in Florida right now. Rodney Hubbard also joining in, watching from Sarasota. Mary Johnson from Ashburn, Virginia. And we've got...
It's Coach Aziz from Falls Church, isn't it?
Yep.
He's in Afghanistan.
He says he's in Afghanistan.
Not called on the field is going to be charged to the Westfield.
Furberg family in Centerville, welcome aboard to our coverage. We've got Brian Twice watching from the Norfolk Naval Base. He says, go Navy. Tough one yesterday, man. Tough one, that's snow. Howard Harris watching from Woodbridge. And as we're talking to you out there, who's your pick for the MVP of this ball game? It's not over yet, but if you had to give it out right now, who would you nominate? See what you think here. Howard Harris in Woodbridge, we said to him, and Dennis Stewart up in Manassas.
See that Bulldog alum up in Anchorage, Alaska. Bulldog alums are everywhere. Melissa Reynolds.
Melissa Reynolds watching from Anchorage, Alaska. Welcome to the coverage, Alyssa. Hope you're enjoying the state championship. I know Chris Barassa and I are immensely.
I'm watching from Hampton.
1st and 10. There's Brooks. He'll hand it off to Kelly. Bouncing it. And he takes a good hit to the sideline here, knocked out of bounds. But, boy, it's hard to get him down. He's so fast and he's so physical, Chris. You got to put a shot on him to get him to come down.
A good job by the Westfield defense there, stretching that out, limiting it to about a 2-yard gain. They got a little something going here with Kelly in the backfield.
We got Justin Bias watching from Germany.
Yeah.
Second down and 8. Brooks back to pass. Cockrell coming to get him. He's got him wrapped up. Sack. Back of the 31.
That's a coverage sack there, Andy. Everybody was covered. It just took too long for everybody to get open there. They tried to run a wheel route down the sideline, but McLean ran with him. Gave Cockrell enough time to get to Brooks and get him on the ground. 3rd and about 13 here. A little too far for a field goal attempt this distance. Probably 2 down territory.
Big play here, Brooks. High formation behind him. Kelly is the deep back. They'll pitch it to him. Cockrell giving chase. And they got him pinned back all the way to the 38. Israel McLean And it's going to be 4th and long coming up.
You asked a minute ago, how do you tackle that guy? That's how you do it. You come up outside in, keeping outside leverage. If you're the contained man, break down, hit him in the chest, drive him back. Israel McClain caused that fumble earlier in the game and has just been playing outstanding defense. Play before, he's covering deep down the field. This play, he's making tackles behind the line of scrimmage, forcing Oscar Smith to punt.
Have to say hello out there to Lori Costco watching. She said, hi, Eddie, always love hearing you call the game. Thank you, Lori. Don't forget Chris, though. And maybe a timeout called by Oscar Smith. Nope, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. My goodness. Are we already to quarter number 4? We usually go 5, Chris.
Yep,
sometimes 6.
At least.
Maybe, just maybe, folks. We're heading that direction again. Come on back. More coverage right here on the NFHS Network after this. Welcome back to Hampton, Virginia. Andy Hayes alongside Chris Barassa. 2017 VHSL Class 6 Football Championship. Westfield leading 28-21 as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Well, Andy, they didn't switch sides here.
And maybe
I don't know if there was
a timeout call.
Was there a penalty? Maybe delay a game or something on that last play before the time ran out in the quarter.
Well, before they sort it out here, I have to say hello to Mary Pickett, who had 4 boys play for Westfield. And Mrs. Pickett, I'm very honored to say I've called many of your son's games back in the day. Great players, great young guys. Say hello to all of them for us. Here's the punt now for Oscar Smith.
It's going to be a procedure.
Yep, against Oscar Smith. Doesn't really hurt him. The Tigers will punt it here. High snap. Oh, almost blocked. That'll be fair caught by Hinton. And that should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So we'll keep it right here and chat with all of you out there in the Facebook world. Chris Barassa is a big Facebook guy. He loves Facebook and Twitter. We put him in charge of recruiting all the fans all season long. Chris, it's been a fun year, man. We've had a lot of fun calling some games together, haven't we?
We've had great games this year.
We really have. And Westfield and Oscar Smith, it feels kind of like the dessert on the end of the season, because you've got these 2 great programs. They play so hard. They've got so much pride and so much tradition and great coaches and everything, you know, along with the great talent, but everything else lines up. You know, that if you're a football fan, you just want to come watch this game because you know you're going to be watching the highest quality. And
it's the best of the best of football in Virginia. And we're fortunate enough to be able to call these games at the end of the year. And Oscar Smith and Westfield have put on great games 3 years in a row now.
Wells Fargo is the VHSL's partner in financial literacy. The company is heavily involved in many aspects of league.
So the Bulldogs will have the football back at their own 10, around 11-yard line here.
It's really been a game of big plays.
It has.
I mean, really hasn't been like sustained drives. It's been short drives after turnovers or a blocked punt, and then a number of long scoring plays. And it's just been tough for any team to sustain a drive.
One back behind Noah Kim on first down. That's Eugene Asante. He had a long touchdown run in the third quarter. And he's going to take the handoff. A little bit of a mishap in the backfield. He'll pick up a few yards. But that didn't look very clean right there. Always makes me nervous when you're inside your own 15-yard line and there's a mix-up back there and how you...
Well, yeah, especially week 15, plus all the preseason, off-season work. You don't expect to have, you know, a mesh problem on a handoff in the fourth quarter of the state championship game.
2nd and 7. Taylor Morin will go in motion. Quick toss. Morin in the flat. Got it past the 20, still on his feet. Spin move at the 25. First down, Westfield.
So Cameron Kelly goes in motion with Morin on that, so they know they got man coverage over there. But they run a slant with Woodley to kind of create a screen for Morin to get the ball in the flat, and then he just forces Kelly to miss and is able to pick up the first down. Well-designed play and well executed by Noah Kim and Taylor Morin.
Morin in motion again. 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now they're running the wheel route to Morin, who's down the sideline and couldn't get free. Let's see what the call is. No flag. He was being covered tightly by Cameron Kelly. Cameron saying, hey, that's just great coverage. And you know what? I agree with him.
I do too. That's gotta let players play, and they were running shoulder for shoulder there, and good job by Kelly.
Gotta say hello out to John Petrello, who's watching on a flight somewhere over the Gulf of Mexico. All right, John. Great to hear from you.
Pretty fair football player in his family.
Yeah,
wrestler.
Kevin Petrello was an all-state linebacker for the Bulldogs on their last 2 state championship teams. 2nd down and 10. Here's Kim, back to pass, throws it in the flat. Oh, great hit right there to jar the ball loose. And that was a fantastic play by Mario Smith.
He put his helmet right on the ball. Just as the ball gets delivered to Goodman there in the flat, he just puts his helmet right on the ball, drives through the body. That again, that's textbook right there. You can show that at a coach's clinic as to how to come up and attack the receiver when the ball's in the air.
So 3rd down and 10. This Westfield offense has been in these long yardage situations most of this game. And they found some ways to get out of them. Here's Kim, play action, back to pass again, throwing it down the middle of the field. Nobody there. Taylor Morin, the intended receiver.
That's probably good. He threw that one deep and away. He had 3 white shirts around him.
You know, they thought maybe he would be the target on 3rd down and long.
Maybe, yeah.
And that is a wise decision to watch out for number 2. He's their guy. So 4th down, Oscar Smith will get it back. They blocked the last punt here. And there's that man, Roman Copeland, who's on the outside here. Look out, number 29 on the edge. Let's see if he gets close again. Steinhilbert gets it away. Angles it in the middle. It'll bounce at about the 45 and roll back to the 42-yard line. So 4th quarter action. Oscar Smith trailing by a touchdown. You've heard this story before.
Oscar Smith Tigers will take over at the 42-yard line.
We saw a score earlier with the Salem and Louisa game. It was Salem 21, Louisa 6. That game was in the 2nd quarter. Again, we told you about the Spartans also looking for their 3rd consecutive state championship. Along with Westfield here, Highland Springs. There's a run right side. Not much there. McLean coming up along with Dakota Beach, and there's number 97, Nolan Cockrell.
I mean, Salem's another team that just seems to play their best football peak, you know, at playoff time.
2nd and 8. Brooks under center, back to pass. Looking. Now he's going to take off and scramble. Nope, he steps up to throw it. And it's going to be caught on the sideline. They're going to say he got his foot in. Great catch there by Jarius Howard. Let's see what the call is here.
Be a hold, and back.
Yep. Good job by Brooks to keep his eyes down the field. I love when quarterbacks who can run always keep their head up to look for that open receiver. It just makes it even tougher out there. By the way, Chris, the comment of the day is by Jason Winston here on our Facebook feed. He says these teams are playing better than the Redskins. You might be right about that. Redskins
probably
are struggling there.
Probably more entertaining game than what the Redskins have been doing lately.
So big penalty there. Negates that long reception. That would have been a first down. And moves it all the way back to the Oscar Smith 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 21. Here's the pitch to Wilson. Left side, Cockrell gets him down the line of scrimmage after a gain of a yard.
I don't think I've ever seen Cockrell miss a tackle.
I agree with you.
I mean, he gets his hands on you, you're going down. Wilson back in the game and trying to run that toss sweep to the boundary there, and Cockrell just sheds his blocker, gets down the line of scrimmage, and makes a tackle for a very short game.
3rd and 19. Brooks under pressure. Westfield coming after him. They got him.
Winset just keeps his motor running. He comes off the edge, forces Brooks to step up, but then he keeps after him. You watch it. He's putting the pressure on, forcing him to step up, and then he just keeps after him. And Cockrell gives him no place to Brooks to go up the middle. Winston finishes the play. Forces another punt.
4th and 20. Taylor Morin and Sadiq Hinton back at the Westfield 35. So see if Attar can get off a booming kick here and flip the field position some. Good snap. Low kick, going to be fielded quickly by Hinton. And that's one thing he does exceptionally well right there. Chris Barassa says that is exactly how I've coached it my entire career. You come running up like a
I gotta
missile.
stand up and give him a salute.
He did. He was
a full-on
fired
salute.
up.
That's what you do. You come up and you just don't let that ball hit the ground and roll for 15 yards.
You're more excited about that play than when they bring up food at halftime. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I got to give you some credit on that.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
Westfield with the ball, 1st and 10. And they'll hand it off to Asante, who's trying to fight through some traffic. Past the 45 to the 46, and now a penalty flag comes down. And it's going to be a hold against Westfield.
Bottled up by the Smith Tigers, number 15, Jalen Moore.
Say hello out there to Deborah Harris, who's watching in Hampton. She's right here checking it out across town.
Is holding against Westfield.
Yeah, there's a holding call there at the very end of that play. Yeah, sure.
That penalty will put the ball back.
Westfield, Coach Simmons, just looking to put a couple first downs together here, run some clock, and you get that holding call on first down. Just completely gets you out of sync on being able to just run the ball 3 times to try to convert a first down.
High formation now on 1st and 19. Again, they'll hand it off to Asante, who's met and brought down by the big man up front, Kyle Thomas, who has 19 and a half sacks on the season. Did you know that? I mean, you talk about a great player now.
After watching him, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, him and Elijah Alston at the 2 interior defensive line spots I mean, I don't know that we've seen a better pair than those two.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 17.
Ben Alvaretto wants to know the size and weight of number 78 for Oscar Smith. I got you, Ben, right after this play.
Well,
2nd and 17. Handoff. Asante's got some running room around the edge. Look out. Eugene past midfield to the 40. Still on his feet and down at the 44-yard line. Check that. 34, they're going to say, did not step out of bounds.
They just blew the whistle, and Asante said, like, I'm still going. Hey, let me caution you on, don't necessarily believe the numbers on Mr. Collins in the
James Collins,
press
number
book.
78, 6'5", 280.
Yeah, I suspect that 280 is maybe when he was a freshman.
It looked like they
just blew the whistle.
Call it back.
I think. Yeah, that play, I think they just blew the whistle early. It doesn't matter because there was a holding call. It's what got him to the edge.
That was the most running room we've seen Asante have to the outside.
So now they're back at the 31. They have to get to the Oscar Smith 45. They're looking at about 24 yards they have to get to convert here on 2nd down.
So 2nd and 24 now for Westfield, back at their 30. Woodley goes in motion. And Noah Kim will hand it off again. Asante, he's got more running room. Asante lowers the shoulders, says, come on. All the way to the 50.
Eugene saying the 4th quarter is my time here. Good blocking on the edge by Cockrell.
I love that right there. I love that kind of runner right there. That makes it 3rd and manageable. Kim will send Woodley in motion again. And they'll give it again to Asante. He bounces out, looking for the 1st down.
Got it.
And I think he's got it.
Yep.
Yep.
That's worth 2 minutes right there on the clock. The 2nd and 19 after a couple of penalties. Asante gets 20 yards on 2 carries. I mean, they hit him short of the 1st down and just kept the legs churning and got across the 45.
Got a new nickname for Eugene. How about Sweet Feet Gene? That's from our friend Jennifer Rosales out there who's watching. Pretty good nickname there for Eugene. What do you think?
Yeah,
Sweet
Jennifer's.
Feet Gene.
We got to get her
There we
on.
go.
We got to get her on the payroll for.
We'll see if Sweet Feet gets some more carries here.
I think he will.
Woodley again in motion on 1st down and 10. They'll hand it again. Eugene Asante spinning off a tackle, this time going nowhere. Kyle Thomas came up and said, I've had enough of that.
Well, T.J. Tucker, number 6, when he made the play there. He splits a double team and forces Asante to adjust 3 yards deep in the backfield. See him, number 6, right there. He took on Cockrell and another offensive lineman. Split that double team. It's hard to do.
Clock moving, approaching 4.5 left in this ball game. 2nd down, 11. Woodley split into the boundary, and they stopped the play. Let's see.
Penalty marker.
It's gonna be a delay of game against Westfield. So that'll move them back 5 yards. You know, the last couple of years, Chris, I mean, this is about the time when everything got, going here. Right about this time of the game, something big would happen. We'll see. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left.
It'll be 2nd and 16 for Westfield.
Twins to the near side. Taylor Morin in the slot. And it's a quick toss in the flat to Cockrell, and that one may have been deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Stops the clock as well.
For number 97, Nolan Cockrell. It is incomplete.
That time trying to find Cockrell. As Chris said, when he gets the ball, he's not looking to run out of bounds.
Either him or their other tight end, Clancy. I saw that early in the game. Scored a 17-yard touchdown.
Westfield running out of time here to get to the line of scrimmage. Here's Kim on 3rd and 16. Uh-oh. Taylor Morin gonna throw it back, and it's picked off by Cameron Kelly. Oscar Smith football, still on his feet. Look out, he's got blockers. All the way to the Westfield 22. And once again, number 8 for Oscar Smith with the big play, Cameron Kelly.
Well, disciplined defense here sets this up. There's nowhere for Moran to go to throw the ball, and then he makes an unwise decision, just throws it up over the middle late, and there's a guy wearing number 8 there, and that's his ball, his return. Breaks a couple tackles, and you think right here, if it's not Noah Kim from behind, he might be going in, got a convoy. But, as you said, this is the time of the game where everything gets going. Here we go.
Here's Brooks, he'll pitch it to Wilson, and they'll stop the play. It's gonna be a false start against Oscar Smith. Chris, I try to help everybody just like you do back up. We've done these games in the last couple of years. This is exactly how these two teams play every single season.
Well, you think Westfield puts a couple first downs together there, they run the clock out. And you just know it's not going to happen because that's not the way these games go.
There's always a big play here and there that ends up bringing us some drama. 3:53 to play in the ball game. Here's Brooks. They'll hand it off to Wilson straight ahead, and Wilson stuffed at the 25-yard line. Clock becoming a little bit of a factor. 3:41 and counting. Plenty of time for Oscar Smith to go score here, but if they weren't to score, then obviously it could become an issue getting the ball back. So this might be it for them.
I'm going to give you a hypothetical after this.
I already know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
I already know what you're going to say. High formation. Here's Brooks. Back to pass. Throwing it across the middle. Picked off. Taylor Morin. And Westfield's got it back.
You cannot throw late over the middle against Westfield. There's a guy back there wearing number 2 that's reading you. He's got no man coverage. He's just a ball hawk. That's his 11th interception of the year. That's a ridiculous number of interceptions.
I don't want to say it, but we told you so. I mean, he is always making plays like that for Westfield. It's unbelievable.
He made up for that
yes.
bad decision to throw the ball over the middle that got picked off.
1st and 10, 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Here's Asante. Asante, hungry. And he's got it past the 30. Keep feeding me the rock. Let's go.
It's a first down. That's no 2 minutes if they just run the ball here. Assuming Oscar Smith doesn't take any timeouts.
The Bulldogs have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Noah Kim handing the ball to Cirillo. And he gets it out to the 35-yard line.
I love that Cirillo's got both arms around that ball. He'd rather get 3 yards and not fumble than get 5 and risk the chance of fumbling. What was my hypothetical going to be, Andy?
If they had scored, would they go for 2?
Yes, that was exactly it. Do they want to go to overtime, or would they like to win it in one play?
High formation. Noah Kim again under center. And they hand it off to Asante, looking for a gap to run and can't get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. But that's about it.
Eugene Asante, the ball carrier. Stop made by number 12.
Well, we say it a lot during the course of the year, but this is a huge play for Oscar Smith.
Who's your pick for the MVP in this ball game? Comment with us here and let us know. Tigers looking for a stop. Again, Asante bouncing it. Asante through a tackle. He's got the first down.
Andy, you remember in the first half where Asante was not getting any yardage. Just kept pounding it in there, getting knocked back. Loss of 1, no gains, but that's all changed here in the second half. They had 9 guys in the box. Asante finds a way to get outside, bounce it off tackle.
Both Kelly and Asante were a little shaken up after that play. Timeout called here by Oscar Smith.
Coach Simmons in there with his offense telling them to finish now. Let's finish this game. It's in our hands.
Justin Cavanaugh says Taylor Moore in the MVP of this one. Rashawn Keller says Cameron Kelly's the MVP. Could go either way on those two, right? They've been the 2 big play guys tonight. Jay Whitaker says, don't forget about Asante. Definitely Cam Kelly, but Asante deserves a nomination as well. All good picks out there. And we appreciate you watching this game and also interacting with us throughout the ball game. Minute 24 left here in this fourth quarter. As Noah Kim again hands it off to Cirillo. Bouncing off a guy, still moving his feet.
They're trying to strip him, and there's just no way. Matt Cirillo with both arms around that ball. It's going nowhere.
Second down.
Gets it to the 50-yard line.
And 3.
Second and 3.
Clock's running under a minute now.
One more first down, Chris, and this one might be it. Might be over.
Looking to the sideline, waiting for him to tell him to go.
Again, the fullback, nowhere to go. Held up at midfield. Oscar Smith will stop the clock with 33 seconds left. And it's going to be 3rd down and 3. A first down will give Westfield the game. A stop gives Oscar Smith a chance still. So what's the play call here? You tell us out there what you think Westfield does. They run it again?
Absolutely.
Now, do you give it to Asante?
You know,
do you go quarterback bootleg?
No.
No?
No. I don't think you get somebody, a quarterback out in space where he can get a big hit and potentially lose the ball. I mean, they felt comfortable giving the ball to Cirillo twice up the middle as they believe that he's got great ball possession skills. And this is less about getting a first down than it is running time off the clock. First down here would be a bonus.
Here we go.
I might give it to Asante here.
3rd down and 3. I formation. And Kim steps back. Ball comes out. Oscar Smith says they've got it. Let's see what the call is. They do. Tiger football.
Fumble on the play, and the Oscar Smith Tigers have recovered with 20 seconds.
It's like a delayed quarterback draw almost. Hard to tell if he was down before that ball came out, the angle we have, but referee's right on the call there.
I definitely think it came out on the first hit from the edge. And I think, honestly, who forced it? Jalen Moore. He got in there and kind of clubbed at it and punched it right out, Chris.
All right, if you're Westfield, you got to keep everything in front of you. Nobody gets behind you. It's okay if they catch the ball in front of you. They come up and make the tackle.
5 wides. Brooks back to pass. And he's going to throw it here to the flat. This one caught down to the 36-yard line with 19 seconds left.
Yeah, hustle up and spike this ball. Oh, they're moving the chains.
And they'll throw it into the ground. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds left. Wow.
Now you have time to do that again. You complete another pass. Ideally, you'd like to get out of bounds if you do, but they do have time. If they complete a pass, get up and spike it and run one more play.
You gotta look for number 8, don't you? You gotta look for Kelly.
I'd look for number 8 every play, but certainly in this situation.
You gotta be watching out for number 2, Taylor Morin, in the defensive backfield. He's back there standing at about the 20 on Kelly's side. 2nd down and 10. Brooks back to pass. Steps up. In trouble. Cockrell giving chase. And he throws it away. A wise choice. And there's only 6 seconds left in the ball game.
Now you have to go to the end zone. Good coverage by Westfield there. Brooks had nobody to throw to. He finally breaks out of the pocket and he throws the ball out of bounds, but he throws it right over the head of one of his receivers. So no intentional grounding at all in that play.
The defense for Westfield. Can they hold them and get another ring in hand? Oscar Smith, they need some magic right here. 6 seconds. Kelly comes to the slot.
4 receivers top of the screen.
Here's Brooks back to pass. And he's going to throw it up toward the end zone. And it's picked off by Westfield. Picked off, and that's it. The Bulldogs win another.
Hidden.
3 in a row. They've done it again. The defense with another stop. And here comes the dog foul.
It's 5th state championship for Westfield. 4th time out of 6 attempts that Oscar Smith's been a runner-up.
What a game.
All to Westfield.
What a game.
Will be taking place immediately on the field. Once again, you are cordially reminded
the final score, Westfield 28, Oscar Smith 21.
They don't disappoint. We show up the 2nd weekend of December to watch these 2 teams play.
You got to feel for these young guys, for Oscar Smith. I mean, they played their hearts out again.
They've got some outstanding football players.
Oh, my goodness.
The white and blue. Got a lot of guys be playing on Saturdays.
Hold your heads high, guys. You put it all out there.
They gave themselves a chance. Gave themselves a chance to win the game.
What a finish. Championship presentations are coming up here in a few moments. We'll have both sides as they get their medal from the Virginia High School League. Chris and I are going to show you some highlights here of how this one unfolded in the 2nd half. Unbelievable ball game here. And we expected that. Both teams will shake hands. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into our post-game show here, show you some highlights in this one. Again, we talk about the fireworks really get started in the 2nd half between these 2 teams. That's exactly what happened. Eugene Asante, right from the start of the 2nd half, breaks free for a long touchdown run. And that put Westfield up 20-7 as the extra point was no good. But Dominic Brooks, he came right back and said, hey, I know where to go. Cam Kelly, that's my guy. And he took it right in and said, we're not going anywhere. This is going to be a close game. And then Brooks himself jumps it over the pile. That gives Oscar Smith the lead. And then there was the block punt.
Now, the block punt was before that.
That's set up there. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. We had
set
that
up that touchdown.
Messed up there. But so that set up the touchdown by Brooks. And then this was a big play. 3rd and 9. Gavin Kiley, man coverage. He beats him on a slant. and then goes to the house from 90 yards. That changed the whole ball game right there.
Yeah, all the momentum was going to Oscar Smith up at that point, and then they go ahead and convert this 2-point conversion to get back up to the 7-point lead that they ended up being the final score.
And this one got interesting down the stretch here as Oscar Smith was trying to find a way to get in the end zone. This was a big play that was called back on a holding call, and that stunted a drive. Westfield would get the football back. They had a couple big runs. Watch this run by Eugene Asante. He wanted that state championship ring. He wasn't a starter last year. He's got one now as a starter. Another great run that picks up a first down. Westfield, in all seriousness, Chris, should have run the clock out. I mean, they had it right here.
This trick play they called here, just didn't work out. Sometimes you just got to eat the ball. And
there's Cam Kelly with another big play, this time on defense. He gives Oscar Smith the chance. But the defense of Westfield comes up with a big play of their own. And it's Taylor Moore, and we talked about him at the beginning of this game. We said, watch out for Cam Kelly, watch out for Taylor Moore. This is what he does. Playing center field, intercepts the pass, gives Westfield the ball back with just about 3 minutes to play in the ball game. And then on this play right here, it's 3rd and 3. Noah Kim trying to sneak it forward. Even if he's not going to be tackled right there, the clock is going to run almost all the way out. And he fumbles. And Oscar Smith gets it back with 26 seconds left in the ball game.
I mean, that had to happen because this is a Westfield Oscar Smith game.
Brooks with a nice pass on 1st and 10. They get it inside of the Westfield 35-yard line, 36-yard line. They spike it, and then they have an incompletion. So now there's 6 seconds to play, and the Tigers have to go to the end zone. Westfield, they expected it. Brooks throws it up into the air, and it is intercepted by Sadiq Hinton. And the Bulldogs storm the field again. A 3rd consecutive year defensively that Westfield comes up with a stop in a dramatic way, and they win the state championship for the 3rd consecutive year.
They've literally, on the last play of the game, the last 3 years, the defense has made a play to win the state championship.
Amazing. What a game. We've enjoyed calling this one. Chris, your thoughts? I mean, 3rd in a row, first time since the 1920s. Jefferson Senior High School, that I don't know if it even exists anymore. Back in the 1920s, won 3 straight in Division 6. Westfield now has done that as well. Pretty amazing accomplishment.
Well, it's a privilege to watch these two teams. They're so well coached and just great players, great student athletes. Many of them are going to go play in college, but even it's the ones that maybe aren't going to play in college that deserve the credit for playing their part in just 3 outstanding games over 3 years, and today was no exception.
So Westfield undefeated, 15-0 this season, and boy, what a great way to finish the season for Coach Simmons and the boys here at Westfield High School. Tremendous game here in this one. Really need to congratulate Coach Johnson and the Oscar Smith Tigers. They played their hearts out again here today, and they did a great job getting back into this ball game. The tide will turn with them. They're a championship program.
Yeah,
I mean, all of a sudden they could go on a run and win 2 or 3 in a row, just like Westfield's done. So, again, congrats to them on a great season.
I think my vote would be Taylor Moore.
Taylor Moore on the MVP?
Yeah, that'd be my vote. If Oscar Smith comes back to win, I mean, Cam Kelly. I mean, that is one outstanding football player.
Both of those guys tonight really played great here, and we hope you enjoyed watching everything. We're going to send you out to the middle of the field here for the championship presentations. We'll keep you through that and turn it over to the PA announcer here and wind down the 2017 football season. Chris Barras, it's been a fun one. Final score here in this one, Westfield 28, Oscar Smith 21. And it was a dramatic finish, just like the last couple of years. Amazing. So both teams will come out. They'll get their medals. We'll show you that right here on the NFHS Network. I want to remind you can watch a full replay of this game and any VHSL championship online at NFHSnetwork.com. So don't miss any of the action. When it comes time for the championships, you catch it all right here on the NFHS Network, the official home for the VHSL state championships.
I mean, Westfield, not only football, they are outstanding in a lot of sports. I think they won the field hockey state championship earlier this year, and they just compete, whether it's baseball, basketball, lacrosse. I mean, got a good program going up there in Chantilly. This Westfield Bulldogs, 5-0 in state championship games. I mean,
it's pretty amazing because it's not like they had been playing poor competition in
Good evening,
those
ladies
games.
and gentlemen. We are going to go ahead and proceed.
I mean, they've had to play some tough teams.
Well, primarily Oscar Smith, and I think 1 year, they beat Woodbridge?
Beat Woodbridge, yep.
First of all, we'll start out by congratulating Oscar.
So let's go ahead and we'll turn it over to the public address announcer.
Season. Presenting the VHSL Class 6 runner-up medals and trophy is VHSL Assistant Director Sean Knight. He'll be assisted by Scott Miller and high school principal Paul Joseph and athletic director Ray Collins. And now to recognize the Oscar Smith Tigers 2017 varsity football team for their fantastic accomplishments this year. Number 2, Keyshawn Artis. Number 3, Khalid Wilson. Number 4, Shaquem Hussey. Number 6, T.J. Tucker. Number 7, Jalen Todd. Number 8, Cameron Kelly. Number 9, Jarius Howard. Number 10, Horace Sawyer. Number 11, Karan Prunty. Number 12, Malcolm Britt. Number 13, D'Angelo White. Number 14, Kenny Etheridge. Number 15, Jalen Moore. Number 16, Nike Williams. Number 17, Dominique Brooks. Number 18, DeMadre Ingram. Number 19, Brendan Brock. Number 20, Dejon Ford. Number 21, Mario Smith. Number 22, Aaron Acevedo. Number 23, Keon Watson. Number 24, Vicquan Harrell. Number 24, also Wayne Morgan. Number 25, Rodney Jones. Number 27, Dante Brooks. Number 29, Roman Copeland. Number 32, Jordan Armstrong. Number 33, Judah Jones. Number 34, Joseph Bray. Number 35, Tyler Smith. Number 36, Julian Sparkman. Number 37, Austin Benoit. Number 38, Aziz Attar. Number 39, Julian Kramer. Number 41, Antonio Veriden. Number 42, Wallace Flight. Number 44, Ricky Thompson. Number 45, Ricky Walker. Number 48, Aslan Williams. Number 50, Nadavian Toxie. Number 51, Omega Williams. Number 52, William Daniel. Number 53, Isaiah Mays. Number 54, Tyon Nichols. Number 55, Kyle Thomas. Number 58, Elijah Alston. Number 59, Tyshawn Blow. Number 60, Curtis Jones. Number 65, Trey Sawyer. Number 70, Jordan Irving. Number 74, Austin Matthias. Number 75, Jeremiah Sinclair. Number 76, Kawan Lee. And number 78, James Collins. Let's have a round of applause for the Oscar Smith Tigers and their fantastic season. And now we will have the trophy presentation to Coach Scott Johnson of the Oscar Smith Tigers.
Congrats to Coach Johnson and this Oscar Smith program. Another great season. They'll be back and hungrier than ever. And now it's time for the presentation of the championship trophy and medals to the Westfield Bulldogs in a few moments. And Westfield already with their championship hats on. You see Coach Mike Lally right there, who joined this staff this season after being a head coach for a long time at Chantilly High School. He's got a state championship ring coming to him.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Gavin Kiley, number 5 there. Maybe the play of this game. Turned it for Westfield.
For an outstanding season. Presenting the VHSL Class 6 Championship Medal and Trophy. VHSL Assistant Director Sean Knight, assisted by Scott Miller. High School Principal Anthony Copeland and Athletic Director Terry Tao. Westfield Bulldogs, number 1, Bobby Pickett. Number 2, Taylor Moran. Number 3, Sadiq Hinton. Number 4, Eli Soto. Number 5, Gavin Kilel. Number 6, William Torres. Number 8, Eugene Assant. Number 9, Aaron Deshun. Number 10, Noah Kim. Number 11, Dylan Gepford. Number 12, Russell Steinhilber. Number 13, Kyle Susko. Number 14, Derek Furr. Number 15, Elijah Aikens. Number 16, Riley Nugent. Number 17, Bizette Woodley. Number 18, Ryan Mullins. Number 19, Nicholas DeVecchia. Number 20, Sean Goodman. Number 21, Jafar Abdul Hasib. Number 22, Wayne Graves. Number 23, Isaiah Daniel. Number 24, Jordale Dyson. Number 26, Ryan Moses. Number 28, Israel McLean. Number 29, David Cachivio. Number 32, Josh McClintock. Number 33, Jonathan Pizzella. Number 34, Joel Chaffetz. Number 35, Max Ahiacto. Number 36, Joe Clancy. Number 37, Jake Bindorf. Number 38, Connor Newbern. Number 39, Chris Hilder. Number 41, Isaac Flores. Number 42, Victor Copto. Number 43, Grant Johnson. Number 44, Eric Schweiger. Number 47, Alex Shadku. Number 49, Dylan Wineset. Number 50, Giancarlo Palizzi. Number 51, Isaac Velez. Number 52, Darby Macon. Number 53, Alfred Darlington. Number 54, Logan DeMoney. Number 55, Carson St. Germain. Number 56, Drew Leidick. Number 57, Thad Palmer. Number 58, Cole Orr. Number 60, Jalen McNeil. Number 63, Michael Patterson. Number 64, Zach Muse. Number 68, Matthew Worthington. Number 69, Brian Jewell. Number 73, Kareem Kabil. Number 75, Harmon St. Germain. Number 76, Zach L. Nooney. Number 77, Kay Carnahan. Number 78, Devin Kennedy. Number 79, Thomas Beeman. Number 80, Sam Snyder. Number 82, Owen Johan. Number 85, Ryan Serafin. Number 86, Josh Lee. Number 88, Matt Cirillo. Number 91, Fausto Vasquez. Number 92, Dakota Beach. Number 93, Devontae Roberts. Number 95, Chris Weaver. Number 97, Nolan Cockrow. Number 98, Max Luatois. And number 99, Richie Aguilar. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 Westfield Bulldog Varsity State Champion Class 6. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the trophy presentation to the Westfield Bulldog, Coach Kyle Simmons.
How about them Bulldogs? Kyle Simmons, the 3rd consecutive year Westfield goes home as the top dog in 6A football in Virginia. Hold it high, guys. Hold it high.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Virginia High School.
We'd like to thank you for watching our exclusive coverage here of the VHSL State Championships online at NFHSnetwork.com. Come back and watch a full replay. And make sure you stay tuned for more exciting championship coverage all year long. For Chris Barassa and our entire production crew, I'm Andy Hayes saying so long and thank you for watching here tonight. Congratulations to Westfield, their third consecutive state championship victory tonight over Oscar Smith.